Welcome back to my no damage walkthrough for Resident Evil 4, my friends. In the previous section we had a pretty big fight in this house, but now we're going to find a way out of the village. There are two paths that we can take, either the left path or the right path. I'm going to take them both. You don't have to, but in order for you to collect all of the gemstones you need to visit both paths. So I'm going to start with the left path. Which I think it's the easiest path of the two. We will have to battle a lot of enemies, but it's easier to keep things under control because we don't need to worry about Ashley. The right path is a little bit more difficult and tricky, but we'll manage. First, there's a file for you to pick up here in the corner. As you can see, we're going to have to face enemies regardless, but I don't think anyone expected anything less. So let's start by stepping inside this big door, and as soon as you step inside, skip this cutscene and make sure you tell Ashley to hide inside that garbage container. Yes, she's hiding inside the garbage container, but well, it's not the first time that she's inside one, so she doesn't mind. But if you take too long with that intro scene, the enemies will still run towards you, and you might not have enough time to guarantee that Ashley gets inside the container, and that was very close. I managed to take a couple of steps back before Maria shot me. That's the issue with this sniper rifle, it takes so long to reload after Leon fires a shot, but we're okay. Now that she's dropped her weapon, I have to shoot her, otherwise she might grab me. In fact, I dare say that Venados are more dangerous when they don't have a weapon and you want to dispose of them with the knife, because they can always try and grab you, so it's best to be extra careful. As you can see, a shot with the sniper rifle whenever the Cephalos appears destroys the Cephalos, but things can be troublesome when you're dealing with multiple enemies at the same time. And there's one more. Let's dodge and we can take a kick. And now stop. That worked. We need to be extra careful here as soon as we jump down. We have to deal with the Psycho Bella sisters. That's really their name. Do this. Remember that the sniper rifle has a piercing ability, so that was bound to happen, and of course that guy had to reveal a Cephalos right now. Worst timing ever. I would try to knife the Bella sisters, but with that Cephalos coming at me, and I don't have any flash grenades. If I had a flash grenade, this wouldn't be an issue. but the hand grenade should work. That was not enough. Well, that's surprising. Should have went for the sniper rifle instead, but I won't have enough time to reload the sniper rifle before they get too close, so time to improvise a little bit. Finally we can take care of that guy. Maybe waste enough ammunition as it is. There we go. And we get the ruby and the campus key. Now we can advance further in the campus, but I'm not going to do it. Or actually I'm going to step into an area where I need to step inside that area to get the gemstone that I'm missing, but aside from that I'm going to backtrack and leave this area because I want to take the right path anyway, and there's no point in advancing in this area any further because there's going to be a second wave of venados coming at you, and if you do that, or even though it's not too bad to deal with them because you can use the door trick once again, since I don't have a flash grenade and when you're standing behind the door you can still be hit by the cephalos, I'm going to simply collect the gemstone and get out, and I think that will work out best for me. If I had a flash grenade I would probably try and lure all the venados towards the door and stab away, but there's a very high chance that a lot of them will convert into cephalos, so I rather play it on the safe side here. So instead of moving forward, if you move any further that will trigger the appearance of the next mob of venados, go through here and the gemstone is going to be in the corner. Once I combine these gemstones with the elegant mask, I'll be able to sell it for a higher price. That's why you should always combine the treasures that you obtain whenever you can. Ultimately they sell for a better price. And let's pick up this grenade. And now we're going to head to the right path, and in this path we're going to have a big battle. I recommend that if you're a little bit unsure, maybe you should save your game before you do this, since in the right path you can't really tell Ashley to hide anywhere, so she's going to stick with Leon, and that will make things a little bit more tricky, because here we could tell her to hide in the dumpster all this time and she just stays there without moving, even though honestly she's probably really stinky by this point, so no wonder Leon doesn't want her around him. So let's jump down here, whistle call. I mean, he's totally treating her like a dog, a rather useless dog, but well, that's how Leon sees Ashley, I think. Anyway, if you want to save your game, I'm going to keep going, and let's head towards the right path. Now remember, you don't need to do this. If you want to stay on the left path, you will have to deal with an extra mob of venados, but at least you won't have to deal with this guy. He's about to appear. There he is. Another troll for us to defeat. Oh, I'm sorry, they call him El Gigante in Resident Evil 4, but it's not an offense if you call him a Lord of the Rings troll, because that's what he is. Someone in Capcom must be a fan. Anyway, what we're going to do here first is make sure that those rocks land on top of the head of El Gigante, and after we do that we are going to enter Rambo mode and just shoot like crazy in order to have the big El Gigante reveal the parasite, and then we can stab away. If you have a flash grenade and if you feel that he's getting too close, you might want to throw it at him, and that way you'll be able to escape with Ashley. Let's throw a grenade that should damage him a little bit. There we go. And he's going to reveal the parasite, so let's jump on his back. Cut. But we have to do this one more time, unfortunately. Come on, Ashley. Don't get grabbed, please. And by the way, you can try and get that gemstone up there near the bucket, and you can collect the key and make a run for it. But I don't know how Ashley didn't get hit here. I really thought that she was going to get hit and I would have to start over, but we're good, so come on, there we go. That was close. Like I said, this area, it's another of those areas where it's really hard to avoid taking damage. It does come a little bit down to luck because of Ashley. If I was by myself and I only had to control Leon and worry about him, then this battle would have been easier. But unfortunately El Gigante will come after Ashley, and as such we always need to improvise a little bit, but it worked. And honestly, if I had thrown like another grenade at him, that would have made him reveal the parasite sooner and he wouldn't have gotten as close as he did. But it's all good. So now we can keep going. And we're going to step inside the final area of the village. I do think that this chapter and the previous chapter, in terms of avoiding damage, I think they might be two of the trickiest chapters in the game. As you can see, there's ganados coming up on the lifts, and so we need to shoot them because they will throw objects at us. Mostly gardening tools, but even gardening tools can deliver heavy damage. However, if you, either with the handgun or the TMP, you can shoot them from far away, and that will prevent them from landing a single hit on you. I don't know if you guys ever heard the song It's Raining Men. Well, it makes sense, doesn't it? I mean, if you're standing at the bottom of the mountains, all of a sudden you'll see a bunch of ganados falling down, so that song seems appropriate for this moment. Anyway, let's keep going and we are almost out of here. We'll have to go back up, but when we travel back up, we'll be fine. Now let's get that yellow cat's eye. Make sure you tell Ashley to stay here, she's safe, so you don't need to worry. And there's going to be Venado right there. Before he can throw anything, we're going to shoot the dynamite stick and boom goes the dynamite. It works pretty well. And there's one more. This is the area where they dealt with the traitors. I'm pretty sure they beheaded them, which I don't approve of, but well, what can you expect from some crazy cult?
Follow me.
Okay, now let's do this and take care of the real boss of this area. You do have a lot of boss battles in this chapter. Let's sell some stuff first, because why not?
Welcome.
At this point I could combine the gems that I obtained with the other items so that I could sell them, but I'll probably leave that for the next chapter. I'm already focused on the boss battle up ahead, so that's my priority right now.
What are you buying? What are you selling?
So let's sell our handgun ammunition. Unless you're using the handgun, and in that case don't do it.
You better stay outside. Ashley, go hide.
Yeah.
Hasta luego.
Okay guys, here we go, Leon versus the Big Cheese. Start by throwing a couple of incendiary grenades at him. Just as he's about to jump, that's more than enough to separate his bottom half from his top half. And now, we're going to wait for him to get close. We need to be careful because a single strike for him can kill Leon at this point. But once he's close enough, shoot that barrel and then shoot him in the back. And now we're going to repeat the process, but we'll use grenades instead. If you don't have grenades, then I recommend that you use the TNT to shoot him from the distance. He falls to the ground again, and once again we're going to open fire. I think that on professional it takes 3 incendiary grenades to separate the bottom half and the top half. Let's throw another grenade. There we go. And let's finish him off. This should be enough, I think. Oh, and he's done for. I thought I would have to shoot him a couple of times with the shotgun on his back, but I guess we're good. And that's the end of the big cheese. By the way, I know his name is Mendes, but you can't deny that Big Cheese is a lot more corny and it fits him very well. Before we step outside, however, there's a lot of ammunition for us to pick up and a few herbs, so I recommend that you go around and pick everything that you can. As you can see, as long as you don't allow him to strike at you a single time, you'll be good. Because if he does land a hit on Leon, there's a good chance that Leon will be done for. He has one attack that's an instant death attack. But if we keep him at bay, then we shouldn't have any issues. And that's why I always recommend that you save some grenades for this fight. It just makes things a lot easier. But his spine is his weak point, so keep that in mind. And I don't think there's any items left for us to pick up, so we can get out of here.
Are you okay, Leon?
And we're almost done with the village. It's a shame that Leon tells Ashley to stay behind before the fight starts, because that's how you know that something big is going to happen. I think it would have been more entertaining if the Big Cheese came out of nowhere and actually attacked Ashley as well. But in typical bad guy fashion, he likes to toy around with Leon, our hero, before he finishes him off, and well, it ended up costing him his life. But that's typical bad guy. I don't think there's a single villain in Resident Evil, at least in the later Resident Evils, Resident Evil 4, 5 and so on, who don't spend some time toying with the hero or the heroine, and in the end it comes back to bite them in the butt and they end up dying. But we are out of the village. And we leave the village to go into the creepy castle, because why not? I mean, honestly, at this point I don't see why Leon and Ashley couldn't make a run for it into the woods and find a way out. But I guess instead they like to pick another path. Make sure you shoot the driver of the truck. You can use your sniper rifle. It might be easier, but usually the TMP is more than enough. You just need to make sure that you shoot the guy at least once. And almost forgot to pick up that ammunition. And I'm about to do a little bit of moonwalking here, but there's a reason for it. You see, if you moonwalk and walk backwards, that will prevent the appearance of enemies, and you'll have enough time to collect the items that are standing inside the 2 barrels up on top of the hill. But if you turn around and start running, they will appear a lot more quickly. So here they come now, and we'll have enough time to collect all the items without having to worry about them, because otherwise, if you don't moonwalk, then the enemies will come after you much more quickly. But that's going to be it for this chapter, my friends. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all later for the next part. Take care.
On the other side of the bridge.
Yeah.
I got it!
You take that one.
Okay.
Ready?
¡Maldito sea! ¡Mierda!
Come on.
Yeah.